So Black Friday is never a reason to go online and just start buying things because stuff is on sale. The smartest way to use Black Friday to your advantage is to look at things that you've probably been looking at all year, things that you need, things that you want to purchase, and see if you can catch those things on a sale. You know, it's holiday season, so Christmas is coming up, whether you're buying it for yourself or somebody else. Use Black Friday as a tool to buy things that you were going to buy anyway and maybe catch a little sale on it. So in today's video, I'm actually going to be outlining the best deals on Amazon for filmmakers, photographers, and content creators. Everything's from cameras, lenses, lighting, audio equipment, tripods, etc. And just to let you know, everything that I outline in this video is linked down in the description below, as well as timestamps. So if you're looking for cameras in particular, drones, audio equipment, lighting, if you don't want to watch the whole video, just go down there and, go to your category of interest and check it out. But I'm about to go into my computer and show you those top deals on Amazon. Okay, welcome to the inside of my computer. I am going to get right down to it. Now, the best deal for a camera that I can find on Amazon for Black Friday is going to be none other than the Sony FX30 here with the top handle. Now, I actually made a full video on this camera about why I feel like it's the best camera to start with, why it's like the best camera for a podcast. So check that out. And as you can see here, you're saving $200 here at a $2,000 price for the Sony FX30. And it also comes with that top handle. So like I said, not going to get into too many of the specs of this camera. Look it up in your own time if you want to do some research or watch my video. But like I said, man, as far as capability, usability, this is one of my favorite cameras out right now. It is crop sensor, so know that. It's not a full frame camera, but I think this is the best deal as far as a camera is concerned. Followed by this right here. This is the ZV-1, which is pretty much a full frame version of the FX30 with, not as much capability. It does have additional features like some AI features that the FX30 doesn't have. But as you can see here, again, you're saving about $300. It's a $1,900 price tag. This is a good camera for vlogging. You can also do a little bit of professional work with this camera. It's not something that you're going to want to use to record like longer form content, like say podcasts, because it could overheat on you. But again, for this $1,900 price tag, for what you get, the image quality that comes out of this camera, this is a great sensor on this camera. This camera isn't outdated by any means. I think it's not even like 2 years old yet. The Sony ZV-E1, I would say, is the best or second best camera on Black Friday that you can get from Amazon. Now, if you're into vlogs, the Sony ZV-1 Mark II is actually a good choice for you. And I say vlogs because this camera is geared more towards content creators, more towards vloggers who's not really doing like professional shoots and, on set and things like that. I mean, it could be a good like behind the scenes camera. But yeah, man, this is the successor to the Sony ZV-1, Mark I. This is the Mark II. This really just came out, not even 6 months old. And like I said, it comes with a fixed camera, so you don't have to worry about buying any lenses, all the way down to a 1.8 aperture to a 4.0. And yeah, man, this is a good vlogger, content creator, TikTok, Instagram reel type of camera, or even just capturing, some quick photos and videos of the family. Check out the Sony ZV-1 Mark II if you're just looking to just do some fun stuff, content creating and vlogging. Now, if you're into Canon, which I don't shoot Canon, but if you are into Canon, they have the Canon R8 here now. This is pretty much Canon's entry line full frame camera, and it's a pretty good camera for the specs. Now, as you can see here, you're going to be saving $300. Instead of paying $1,700, you'll be paying $1,400. It comes with the lens, which to be honest, this lens probably isn't that good. Anytime you have a lens that comes with a camera, a fix like this, it's not going to be good, but you can always switch that out, sell it, or do whatever you want with it, keep it. But yeah, man, this is a full frame camera, 4K, dual pixel autofocus. You get Canon's colors. It'd be a good B cam if you're already in the Canon ecosystem, a good C cam, or if you're a beginner, it'd be a good A cam for both video and photo. So if you're into learning, if you want to learn on a simple system, because I do find that Canon is more simple than Sony is, I would check out the Canon R8 if you want to be a Canon guy or just start with Canon. Check out that R8. So on to the lenses now. So there are literally so many lenses that are on sale. As you see, I just typed in Sony lenses and went to the Black Friday sales, and I'm just going to kind of outline some on here that I see that catch my eye, and either that I used before or have used something similar to it that I can actually give an opinion about. Starting with this one right here. Now this lens, it's kind of known as like an average lens. This is like a nifty 50 1.8, but for $142 for a 50 millimeter at 1.8, you know what I'm saying, you get what you pay for. It's only $250 without the sale, but I think it's a pretty good buy at $142. Now you can also look at this G Master 24 millimeter 1.4 here. Definitely saving $100. I haven't used this lens before, but I've definitely seen good things. I'm not really into the primes as far as 24 millimeters is concerned, but I've heard good things about this lens. So if you are, I would definitely look into saving that $100 on that. Now this pancake lens right here, it's pretty much like a smaller version of this G Master. As you can see, the G Master goes all the way down to 1.4. This goes only to 2.8, but this is pretty good. It's a full frame lens, 24 at 2.8. If you're looking for that wide angle like that, a fixed 24 millimeters, I mean, $550 is not a bad price for that. Now this right here, this is a little expensive. It's a Sony, native lens, which is cool. It's on sale, $200 off. But to be honest with you, I probably would go for something like the Tamron 70 to 180, or even that Sigma 70 to 200 before I pay $1,800 for the Mark 1 version, because there is a newer version of this lens. So I wouldn't really get that one per se. This one is it's hit or miss. This is the 24 to 70. As you can see, you're saving $200 here. I would probably, even in this case, still go with the Sigma 24 to 70 brand new before I was to buy this one as well, because this is the Mark 1. It's a newer version, and I think the Sigma Mark 2, based on the research that I did, is going to be better than this, and you're saving money. So I wouldn't go with this lens either. Now, like I said, there are a number of lenses on here, so I didn't want to leave anything out or just tag random lenses. So I'm going to link in the description this page where you can kind of go through. As you can see, they have Cine lenses on here, in addition to, further third-party lenses on here. So, whatever fits your budget, if you're looking to buy something, or if you just want to, try something out or just see what the offerings are. They also have Canon on here if you're a Canon person. So I'm going to link this page for you to have at it. And you can also go to the top here. Like I said, I'm on Black Friday. I'll link Canon lenses as well. I don't believe it's as many as the Sony, but they are on here. So in the description below, you'll find Canon lenses as well as Sony lenses, links to the Black Friday page. Now, before I get into lighting, I want to go over a few other items I added to my cart just to make it easier for me to find everything. No, I'm not going to spend $13,000 on this stuff. I just wanted to make it easier to, have everything in one place. But starting with the Zoom F3, now I use this recorder on almost every professional shoot that I do. As you see, you're saving 29% off on this. Basically $100. Full price is $350. You're getting it for $250 here. And I really love this thing for hooking up to house audio, hooking up through the back of a speaker, getting that house audio, that 32-bit float. So, you're not going to have to worry about peaked audio and bad audio. It's pretty much like raw audio. I love this thing a lot. 2 XLR inputs. You cannot go wrong with the Zoom F3. I use it a lot. I'll put a stamp on it. Now, one thing I haven't used that I've heard a lot about is this Hollyland Lark M2 lavalier set. 24-bit float. It's not 32-bit float. It's 24-bit audio. It's a simple, just wireless microphone system. If you see this logo, you see people wearing these little circle things. DJI actually dropped their version of a mini. I think theirs is 32-bit float. Not sure how much it costs. It's not on Amazon. But yeah, this one right here, I've heard a lot of good things about it. I would check it out if you're in need for a wireless microphone. Now, while we're on audio, I wanted to outline another basic entry line audio system that you can use. Now, I actually have this one, I believe, and I say I believe because so many companies come out and make microphones that look like this, and I couldn't even tell you if it's this exact brand. But as you can see, you have 3 inputs here. You have Lightning, USB-C, and 3.5 millimeter jack. And it's pretty much a, for lack of better words, lower budget microphone system like the one that I showed you, that Holly Landmark Lark 2, whatever. But like I said, $23, very budget friendly. If you're just doing something on your phone, and say if you're recording yourself in the gym and you're doing some type of talk tutorial and you want to have a microphone close to your mouth and you don't want to spend $100 on a Hollyland set or anything more like a DJI Mic 2, what I'm recording on now, you can get you something like this for $23 and literally, have just better sounding audio coming from your cell phone, or even, you can plug it into your laptop with USB-C. So I would check this out if you are in need for just a budget option to enhance your audio. Now, this wireless HDMI transmitter and receiver, I have reviewed on my channel before, and I like it a lot. As you can see here, you're getting some nice savings, about a little more than $30 off, $32 off of this, piece of equipment here. And it's really good if you want to use something like a director's monitor, or just simply, transfer one HDMI source, from one input to another input, whether you want to put a logo on a TV, you want to use a director's monitor. Like I said, you can even use this thing to live stream wirelessly with your camera. So I really like it. I would check it out if you're in need, and that is a great price for it. Now, these 3 right here, these are V-mount batteries. Now, I actually have this one right here, this 99 watt hour small rig battery. I paid $200 for it. You can get it for $150. That is a great deal. Now, this one is pretty much a more deluxe version of this one, if you will, as this one is 99 watt hours. This is 212 watt hours. And as you can see, you're paying that price tag, but you're not paying that price tag if you get it on Black Friday, because it is $439, but you're getting it for $307, 30% off. You can't beat that. And this one down here, I've never used, but I respect Newer. I've never had an issue with any of their products, so I thought I'd tag it on here because it's also a 99 watt hour battery, just like the one I have, only instead of paying $150, you'll pay half, $76.99. So if you don't have the $150, but you're in need for a V-mount battery, I would say check out the Newer, because I think their brand is just safe. Now, as far as drones are concerned, this is the only one I can find that look worth it. This is the DJI Mini 3. As you can see here, you're getting about $120 off. Now, I used to have the Mavic Air 2 back in the day, so I can definitely vouch for DJI's drones. They are pretty good. At that time, I had my drone, the Mini 2 was out, which I was going to go with that one, but I ended up getting the Mavic Air 2. But this is the Mini 3, so it's newer. Like I said, never used it, but as I said, I can vouch for DJI because their products are fire. So if you're in need for a drone, I would check out this one because it doesn't break the bank. Okay, so moving right along to tripods. Now, I'm not the person who's ever going to spend a whole lot of money on tripods. I see tripods that are like $2,000 and $3,000. I just don't know what you do with that. I don't like cheap tripods either, so I'll just kind of point a couple out. Small Rig is always a good brand. You always want like a heavy duty tripod when it comes to video, and definitely a fluid head for that, good panning. So I'm gonna link a couple down below. I will probably go with the Small Rig one. Like I said, Newer was always cool. I actually have this brand right here, the Care tripod. I actually have 2 of these. So I'm gonna just go ahead and link this page just so you can kind of go through it, because it's way too many tripods actually to list. But yeah, there are definitely tripods on sale for Black Friday. Okay, so on to the lighting options now. These are the lights that stood out to me when I looked at the lighting page. I'm going to link these lights down below, but I'll also link the lighting page if you might have something that might stand out to you. But pretty much, this is the only thing that I probably am going to buy myself. I am looking for a 300 watt light, and I'm looking at either between this GVM light, which is bi-color, and also to this newer light, which is a little bit cheaper at $320, and it is also bi-color, 97% CRI, and pretty much goes from, well, this one goes from 2000 Kelvin to 10,000 Kelvin, and this one looks like it goes from 2960, I guess, to 7500. So this one looks a little bit more versatile. They both have an app. I probably are gonna go with the GVM because I have other GVM lights. But anyway, these two lights are what I am looking at personally. This Xeon Centipede light, I actually have this in the house. I'm gonna be doing a video on this. Xeon sent me this light, so I have it on here. I have it up in the cart. I can't even recommend it. I haven't really used it yet. It looks cool. It definitely feels sturdy. It looks like it has good use case. Haven't used it yet though, but stay tuned for that video. But as you can see, it's on sale, $50 off. Now, as far as the other lights I have on here, now these lights, these two right here, are kind of like your light kits. They're good for like, quick setup, interviews, red carpet type of lights, or even like YouTube if you're just getting started. I would go with the GVM. You're only paying an extra like $14 here. You're saving on both. You're saving a little bit more on this one, but this one doesn't have an app like the GVM one has an app. And also too, I know with the GVM, you can also use, I believe, at least the ones I have in my house, a battery on the back. I will have to see, matter of fact, let me just click on that and see if you're able to power this. Yeah, you're able to power this with a battery. Let me go back, as well as a plug. Whereas the newer, it looks like it maybe only takes a plug. Let me make sure of that. Yeah, so, oh no, the newer takes a battery as well. The newer does take a battery as well. But like I said, with the GVM, looks like you have an app here, or it doesn't look like you have an app here. I don't see any app on the newer ones. I have experience with GVM lights. So if you really don't have the $14 to get the GVM, I would get the newer, but I would go ahead and go with the GVM here. And lastly, to round out lighting, this 60 watt Amaran aperture light here for $135. I would go with this if you're looking for a 60 watt light. However, make sure you check out that lighting page because there are probably like some 100 or 200 watt lights in the price range of $135. Really only put the Aperture one on here because it's Aperture. It's the brand name. But yeah, check out that lighting page. All right, so the next thing I want to get into is external SSDs. And as you see here, there are a lot of external SSDs on sale. If you do video editing, you definitely want to edit off of an SSD, not a regular HDD, an SSD, because the performance is light speeds ahead of just editing off of a regular hard drive. But anyway, as you see, you got the SanDisk ones here. Don't really know. Well, this one is faster right here. So I would, if you can fork up the extra money, they're both 2 terabytes. But if you can go for that 167 option right here, it's going to be better than the 129. But the 129 is probably going to be good for you as well because that's a pretty good speed. But why not pay a little bit more to double that speed? Also, too, these Samsung ones, now I normally use the T5. But the Samsung T7 is also not a slouch either. As you can see, 2 terabyte drives here. The speed is kind of like along the same lines of the SanDisk. It's actually the exact same for this one. So I would actually go with the SanDisk over this T7, unless you just like Samsung products. I'm going to link this page just in case you see a brand that maybe you're familiar with and that sticks out to you. You can look through all these SSDs. They also have SSDs that go into computers as well. You might see some of those pop up, but I would go with either SanDisk, maybe number 1, based on the offerings they have, Samsung 2, followed by Western Digital, and Lexar. This one seems pretty cool as well. Let me compare that price, 264 to 167. Now, how many gigs is this one? Yeah, so this one is 4 terabytes. So doesn't look like it's that well reviewed. So you might want to check up on that. Only reason that Lexar stuck out to me because I use Lexar memory cards in my camera. So I'm familiar with Lexar products, not really their SSD. But yeah, I'm going to link this page for all the SSDs. But the safest bet is probably going to be this SanDisk right here because then, you got the name brand, you got the value with this
best speed. So I would go with that. All right, so last but not least, I wanted to get into some laptops here. Now, I'm an Apple guy as far as, laptops are concerned. I'm on a MacBook. I'm actually screen recording this on a MacBook. I edit on a MacBook. And I found that these 2024 MacBook Airs were just great value here. Now, the difference between these two is that this is 13 inches, this is 15 inches. You got a 2-inch difference, a $200 price difference. And these both have 16 gigs of RAM. Now, ideally, you would really, if you have the money, you would want to get a 32 gigabyte RAM. I'm not familiar with the M3 chip because my laptop only has the M1 chip in it. But, maybe that M3 chip with 16 gigabytes of RAM is sufficient. Now, you can edit video with 16 gigabytes of RAM. I just prefer 32. I actually started on 16 gigabytes and it carried me for as long as it could carry me. But again, if you want to be in that Apple ecosystem, especially if you edit photos and just do simple content creation and not a lot of effects and, After Effects and all that type of stuff, this will be just fine. But yeah, man, you're getting about $250 off, especially this 13-inch. I mean, this is like, if you're in the market for a 13-inch laptop at $844, a MacBook with an M3 chip, you can't beat that price, in my opinion. So yeah, man, these items, everything I went over here, again, everything's down on a link below. And if you are in need or even interested in any of the items I went over, I would consider making a purchase.
All right, guys, so there you have it. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found some type of value in it. And if you did see an item on Amazon that you really need, go ahead and catch it on sale while you can. These type of sales typically last from now through Christmas, through the end of the year. So, you can always check back if you're not ready to purchase right now. And if you don't need anything, don't just buy something just because. But hey, if you did like this video, I would appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more content creator, filmmaker videos. And until my next video, I will catch you guys later on. Peace out.